Hi, my name is Taylor Ford. I'm a sophomore and a first-year student in the Life Design Lab. I decided to focus my project on making a softball clinic for the middle school girls. I made this project with my friend Diamond Riley, who also plays softball. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the process, our goals, and everything we learned from this project. So to start, why did Diamond and I pick this project? Diamond and I picked this softball clinic because we wanted to do something that we were passionate about and that we could stick with the whole year. And we realized that once girls get to high school, people quit softball without a reason. They just think it's not fun anymore, or they're not ready to experience the level that we are playing at. We wanted to make sure the program could keep growing and growing as the years went on, even when me and Diamond graduate in 2 years. So we wanted to create this to show girls and give them the experience that we have as Morristown High School softball players. So we planned a total of 6 clinics throughout April and May, making them all an hour and a half long on Saturdays. But before we could plan anything, we had to collect names and emails and set up some meetings with people that we know or we didn't really know that much yet. This was the list of people that I wrote down to make sure to meet with so that we could make sure our project would all go smoothly overall. First on the list was President of the Boosters. We had to meet with the president to make sure we had insurance. Luckily enough, my dad is the president of the Boosters and we secured insurance within the first few days. Then we met with the high school coach who was going to help us out and be the adult supervision there, and she said that she was on board for anything. Then we talked to the middle school coach so she could get the word out to her softball players, and she did. After we talked to the 2 coaches to make sure they were on board, we met with the vice principal, and he told us that everything sounded great to us and that we should just connect with the field space manager. I told him that was already on my to-do list, so he connected us and gave us her phone number, and we got the field space. So by our very first life design night, we had met with these people and written out the dates and times. We had made a checklist in the beginning of the school year, and everything on that checklist was what we needed to do to make sure this project was really going to work out. The time exhibition night rolled around, it was early March, and me and Diamond were still working on a few things, but we basically had the whole project done. So on our table at exhibition night, we had a sign-up form, flyers, the dates and times, and just a bunch of other things that we had curated throughout the progress. But a few days before exhibition night, Diamond and I wanted to take a step back. We wanted to look at the big picture and really focus in on why we chose this project, what the meaning and personalization that this project had behind it. I've been playing softball for as long as I can remember. I've played on multiple teams and I've been a part of multiple organizations. What I have cherished the most is Morristown High School softball, and I wanted to make a long-lasting impact on the program. This team has an impeccable bond. All the girls show hard work, kindness, leadership, and what it truly is to be a real teammate. Since we fully understood the meaning behind this project and the meaning behind the team, it was extremely easy for us to explain to people what we were doing and why we were doing it. So the clinic really entailed having a full long practice, seeing what us high school girls did at practices and games, and we also made 10 to 15 minute time period at the end of each clinic for the girls to ask questions, for all of us to bond, and for them to really just be prepared for the high school level and high school overall. We sent out the sign-up form middle of March, expecting most of the middle school girls to sign up. After 1 week of waiting for responses, we got 0. Then we reached out to other people in Morristown and everyone involved in the softball program, and we sent out the link multiple times to the sign-up form. In total, we got 4 responses over the course of 3.5 weeks. Seeing the number of girls that signed up for the clinic made Diamond and I very stressed. We knew that we made a detailed clinic, we knew that the girls would get a good use out of this, and we knew that they would be very experienced coming out of it. So we decided we couldn't give up, and we couldn't stop trying to get these girls engaged. I emailed Mr. Daly, and I told him that we were having issues with our project. So he told us to come in during class and talk to him. I told him that we had 4 signups. None of those 4 signups were 6th graders, so only 7th and 8th graders were interested, and it was a small amount. So he told us to email rec programs and email all the people that we knew that could try to get this out for us. Over spring break, Miss M emailed the head of the rec program. We thought this would get the information out way faster than we ever could have alone. And so after a few days of waiting, we got a very upsetting response. This was the email that we got back from the head of the rec program. The issue here was that we don't have any other days that we could have had the program be scheduled for. We scheduled meeting upon meeting upon meeting after this response. In class, Diamond and I discussed how we could make an impact on the softball community, even if this clinic wasn't going to be able to work out this year. We were brainstorming ideas, and we decided that we can make the clinic scheduled for next spring. This way, we will be completely prepared for everything that we have coming towards us. We also decided that we're going to create a packet that we're going to hand out to all middle schoolers. This packet is going to entail drills, warm-ups, practices, and games. Everything that everyone's going to need to know to be prepared for the high school level of softball. From this project, Diamond and I learned that we had good intentions, good work ethic, and good leadership throughout all of this. We worked very hard together and divided up the work very evenly between the two of us. Although we both do have very good work ethic, we both agree that we could have been doing much more. We could have been sending out those sign-up forms by January. We were just slacking a little bit between the months of December and March because we thought that our project was going in a very good direction, which it was, but we could have been sending out emails, we could have been planning faster ahead, we could have been reaching out to the rec programs, we could have done a lot more very much earlier on in the project. The skills that I've gained over the span of this project is that I've learned to manage my time much better in school and outside of school. I've also learned to work with people that don't have the same work ethic as me and people that may not be on the same track as I am. Even though my project didn't end up exactly the way I wanted it to, I realized that I can still make an impact on the softball community. We worked hard, we tried hard, and we learned hard. Everything we did led up to this moment where we can finally make an impact on the softball community. We are going to work on this packet within the next 2 months since it's the last month of school, and we are going to be hosting the clinic next spring. I'm very grateful that I have learned all these skills and I'm going to reach my goal by the end of this year. And that's my project. Thank you for watching.